Hey guys, you're tuned into Roots Breastfeeding, where we are reaching out of the struggle one conversation at a time. Today our topic is taking the kids out, whether it's to the grocery store, on a long summer trip, or just to the splash pad. We have brought in 3 amazing women who are also 3 amazing mothers to give us their tips and experiences. Our first guest today is Kimberly. She works in the community as a community health worker, a cultural worker, art photography. We have Jennifer joining us. She's a budding anthropologist, program specialist, and also does work in the community centered around food insecurity. And we have Janie. She's a first-year graduate with her bachelor's and master's in her family. She spreads her knowledge and helps in the community with our youth and our community members for over 20 years. She has been pouring into us. So thank you so much, Janie, and all you wonderful women here who have joined us and those out there who are listening. Let's get into it.
It's hot outside, but we have things to do. And not only that, we know we don't want our kids just sitting around doing nothing. We always want to be that fun mom or have that memorable moment with our kids. And what's one word that you can use to describe what it feels like taking your kids out?
I would say hectic sometimes. It's having to remember everything because it is so hot. And I always have to remember to get water and bring hat or extra clothes in case they need a change.
Yeah.
But it's always almost impossible to get it right every time. I'm always going to forget something.
Facts.
But I try to be better at it, or use my community, use my family and others to help me remember, or to help bring stuff like extra snacks when we do outings with other families. It's helpful that each person's bringing extra snacks because that helps a lot too.
Yes, making other people in charge of things.
I feel that.
Yes, that really helps.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you think is definite you have to have in the car? Do not forget this, or today just might.
Wipes.
Yeah, yes. That is a great answer. Yes.
You can use it to clean a lot of surfaces.
Yes. Whatever the day brings.
Oh my gosh. Did any of you remember what it was like your first time going out on semi-long trip with the kids?
Yeah, with my son, that was such a long time ago, but with my daughter, who just turned a year last month, the first big outing was a really big outing. We were flying to Detroit for a conference when she was 2 months old. And so that was really hectic and chaotic because, it's all the new baby things that you have to have. And then you see social media and it's it's listening to you. And so all these ads start popping up for random things that you're man, I need that. I need those headphones that she didn't even that she didn't even use. I need this one book because it says that it's going to keep her entertained. And it was she was just literally playing with our trash. Yeah, it was really chaotic. But we got through it, and she did great, and I feel like we all did great. Yeah.
And you also breastfeed, correct?
I do.
Oh, how was that flying?
That was nerve-wracking because I was still kind of going through what it was like to breastfeed in public. Because when I had my son is 14 years old, and so a huge age gap. And when I was feeding him, in early 2000s, it was taboo to breastfeed in public. There were some moms that were do it for you, but the movement wasn't as big as it is now to where I felt secure enough to chest feed in public without feeling that embarrassment. But it still lingers, because a part of me is oh, I shouldn't be doing this, or this is wrong. People can see me, perceive me. So I was going through a lot of that shame. Now I'll literally bust my tit out at Olive Garden. You know what I mean? I don't care. But during that time, I know I was really insecure about that. I remember I kept trying to cover myself and bring a blanket, and I was my baby's gonna die because I'm covering their face. I'm smothering them. But yeah, I'm grateful though at the conference. the location that we were at, they had like one of those pods, like the nursing pods. So like during the conference, I was able to step out and like express, and then they had a milk or a refrigerator specifically for breast milk.
Wow.
There was like multiple parents that were there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so we got to like have a safe place to store our milk while we were there, and so I felt really supported. Really, yeah, it was awesome to see them have that.
That is great. So I guess like for reference, we do not need the headphones when we're traveling this summer, and to just be confident because your baby and you probably all you need.
That's literally, I feel great. I mean, aside from wipes, I definitely need wipes and diapers, but I mean, if I forget other things, well, you know.
Now, Janie, you have some older children.
Yes.
But I know that you guys take a lot of trips.
Oh yeah, we like to travel a lot. We like to do a lot of road trips. So I think one word would be adventurous, because we just pack up and go. Since my kids are older, they're able to pack up their own stuff, and all I got to do is have a checklist for my own things, and I still gotta be prepared with all the knives and everything for the kitchen. But yeah, I feel like now being an older mom, it's way better. Like I'm able to actually feel present with my kids. Before, when they were small, I felt like Kim's mentioned, that it was like it was chaotic when I would try to take them places, because most of the time it was me by myself, and I was in my 20s and I didn't know what I was doing, and so I feel like now being able to be present with my kids, it's been a great blessing for me and them, and growing our relationship. Yeah.
That's amazing. It's motivation. So we need to keep taking our little ones out because by the time they're older, they'll cherish it.
Yes.
And they'll want to go probably, right? Because we have these 13-year-olds now who are like, I want to stay home. This is my time to stay home.
Yeah.
I just want to say I resonate with that, because like just doing things like with my son, now he thanks me, you know, even though it was chaotic and it was like crazy, he's like, hey, like you were a really good mom, like, you know, thank you. And that, oh my God, that shit, I go home and cry, like, you know, after we get out of the car, and I'm like, okay, I'm like crying. So I'm like, that's so special, you know what I mean? Like when your kid tells you like you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
So kudos, like.
For sure. And I think we take for granted like the opportunities that we try to provide for like the next generation that we didn't necessarily have opportunities for. Like traveling, like you said, and my son has been in like 4 different states, and like he's only like 8 years old, and he's been, you know, out of the country a few times. And so you think about how you grew up and what limited resources maybe your family had, and the opportunities maybe you took as you got older, right? And I think that we're in a position to be able to help our kids experience, even here in town, like, you know, checking out a new area, a new park, or new splash pads, a new ramen spot, supporting like the local business and coffee shop, and you know, there a lot of things are opening up that, you know, they trying new food, you know, getting exposed to like new cultures and new food. It's also really important.
Yeah, my son keeps me hip, man. He's like, oh, there's this new Korean hot dogs spot, or oh, there's this new mochi spot, and I'm like, okay, cool, let's go.
Yeah, I know my son loves seafood, so he always wants to get crawfish.
That's so cute. Oh my God.
He's trying to find the most, you know, cool.
He has good taste.
He sure does, man. He's a cutie patootie. Yeah. I love her son.
He's funny too.
I just wonder how my parents were able to afford to take us on these trips. I came from a family of 6 kids, and we were able to go to like Mexico during Christmas or summer, and Corpus and stuff like that, which is not far, but still. I always think back to like, how the heck did they afford to buy everything, all the food, gas, lodging, and just planning a trip for the weekend. It's expensive, so you have to plan ahead and just save up your money. And so those are things that I've learned to do. And I wonder if my parents did that, or were they just on a whim going somewhere. Like, hey, let's go out to Mexico. But yeah, those are things that I think about too now that I'm older, and I'm a parent now too.
I think about that too, like, because my mom loves taking vacations every year, and growing up, there was definitely times where we didn't have money because I grew up like in a single mother like household. But I tell her some of my best memories were literally the vacations that we didn't have money. You know, when we were like sleeping on the floor, or where there was like 3 families, you know, like me and my tío and then my other tía and their kids, and we're like all huddled up in a closet in some hotel, you know? Yeah. Those are like the best memories.
Yeah, go to bed with no one.
Exactly. Or they would just take a tent out on the beach. You know what I mean? And we're gonna have sandwiches. We're going to Corpus.
Seriously, I think about that too. Yeah, we did a lot of trips to Mexico. Well, I grew up in Houston, and so we did a lot of trips to San Antonio, like all the time, because my dad is born and raised here, and so I have family here, and we would come, you know, at least once every other month, if not once a month, and we would get in one room, and it'd be like 6, 7 of us. Yes. Or I remember my family had this van, and we went from Houston to Monterrey. And we were all like on top of each other, and there was like almost 10 people in the van. And then we get to the hotel. We don't make it to their destination because we, you know, there's some issues with some papers. But we got a hotel, and everybody pitched in, and we celebrated and went swimming in the hotel.
That's beautiful.
You know, and I remember it helped me create community with like my cousins and my family, and like how it's changed in a lot of ways. I think that's one of the challenges for me, as I have my son. He's only child, and so for me it's like, okay, and my brothers and sisters are not in anywhere near wanting to have children. And that's the reality for, like, you know, the generations, right? There's not a lot of youth in some families, and so it's like trying to create that, and so we live to like his classmates and our friends and, you know, extended family and stuff like that. But I for me, that's instilling, and especially in the summer, is creating those memories of community and, you know, being communal. You know, we went to Houston recently, and he hung out with his cousins, and he was able to see, you know, we had like a little barbecue, or we ate together outside and kind of like talked and reminisced. And so those are like special moments too, where you say you don't have to necessarily cough up a lot of money, but those are really important memories too.
They are. And that's what I tell my mom, because my mom is like real bougie now, you know, and she's like, oh, how much do you need for the hotel? I got you. And I'm like, that's a blessing. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? But like, I just want to camp with my son, you know, like I just want to get out there in the wild and like, I don't have to worry about a lot of those things. I want to save that though, because I mean, well, I'll take you up on that. We can have another vacation. You know? Well, you really want to spend money? Let's spend some money. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to block my blessing, but sometimes it's just nice, you know, and building community. I feel that my son was an only child. I mean, for 13 years, right? So, yeah, that was really hard. And I'm like one of the younger cousins, so all of my cousins that are older like had already had their kids, and so I was like a teen mom that didn't have, my friends weren't having kids at 18, you know? So definitely like community, that was a big thing, like his friends, family friends, coming together, and those are things that I feel like stay with them. Like right now, my son is at Inner City Youth volunteering for his summer.
That's nice.
You know, like he's choosing, and he takes it serious. He goes, "This is like a job."
Oh, that's awesome.
If I tell him he can't go, or like I have to pick him up early, he said, "Oh wow, so are you gonna leave work early?" And I'm like, "No, because they pay me." But it's because, he's vested in his community, like they've taken care of him for so long, that he's like, now it's my turn to be there for like another little kid, or, and that's just like, oh my God,
It's awesome.
such a great kid. He's a really good kid. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel blessed.
That's a good point to make, like allowing them to get invested in. I know sometimes as moms, like we're tired, like no, not today, like, but just giving yourself that energy, because now, like you're saying, Jen, that like sows into their future, to be able to feel connected to the community and want to go out there and do something with the community. So
Absolutely, and they show up. Like my son he grew up going to San Antonio Cultural Arts and Inner City Youth, because we're from the West Side originally. And I mean, San Antonio Cultural Arts has taken such good care of him too. Like they paid him to do a mural, like a mini mural, because he's like an artist. Shout out to Dimitri. San Antonio Cultural Arts definitely recommended to any parents who are interested in getting their kids connected into art and culture. They do that through a lot of different mediums, whether that's like photography, writing. They have a local newspaper that they create with the teens. They have a lot of different programming. It's really cool. Definitely, I know a few of us have had the honor and privilege to work within those spaces. And they really do take care of the children and the adults that walk into those doors. And so I highly recommend.
And it's usually free. So
yes, thank you, Kim. Yeah. It's very usually accessible. Free, very accessible, a lot of fun. It's a great place to hang out. And so I'm grateful for them and, Inner City Youth, Patty and her husband, the directors there, they are very invested in the West Side community. She used to be one of our council persons back in the day, and it's just beautiful to see, like, me growing up in the West Side with those role models in my life. Like, I went to San Antonio Cultural Arts when I was a little kid, and I went to Inner City Youth.
Your son is okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it just makes me really happy to see it's like continuing, and to see him just be so absorbed in a good way, right? And a lot of that work. And so
full circle.
It is full circle. I'm like, okay.
My son's going to be going to the camp for July.
Yay!
So
Awesome.
It's going to start next month. Yeah, so a great resource, great opportunity. I think that's one of the challenges for the summer as a working mom, is like making sure that they're in places that they feel like they're being motivated, that they're like not wasting their time, and being active. I think for me was like, okay, where do I find? And there's a lot of great opportunities, and sometimes some aren't accessible for folks, right? Pay-wise, it's more expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they are.
The summer, and it's just like for a week, it's like $200.
Seriously.
And like that too?
Oh my God, I know.
Yeah. So definitely looking and connecting with community is important to find those opportunities for families to get like free to low cost resources.
Mm-hmm. And if you're a local listening, we are going to list those resources at the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of great programs.
Well, I really appreciate everybody's time today. I think that we have gathered to make sure you bring wipes. And if you have any opportunity, take the opportunity. Even if you feel that you may not be up for it, go ahead and just do it, because you may never know what situation, what trip may impact your children's future or yourself in such a positive way that you see it coming full circle.
Yeah.
Is there any last points anybody would like to add today?
Thank you for having us and just coming together and speaking. I think that we get caught up a lot of times in the moment, or work, or family, in our situations, and so it's cool to come together and listen and get almost reconnected or reminded that we're doing a good job.
Yes, we are.
You guys are super women, and you deserve to relax too as well.
Thank you, likewise. Thank you, Delia, and for just opening up the space for us to connect more. And thank you, Kim and Janie, for sharing y'all's stories. And I always enjoy connecting with you guys. And so it's just great to to take it a step further and connect on a deeper level. And me and Janie actually are our son's birthday, or no, son and daughter, same birthday. on December the 18th. Or was that wrong? Okay. You're all, which one? Which kid?
Yeah,
Start
December the
missing
18th.
the birthdays.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, I would like to say also that it is a pleasure working with so many mothers, and I feel like so many women are great examples in the workplace, and I feel like we are some of the people that are bringing up a lot of the programs, and a lot of the work that we're doing is women driven, and it's because we did learn a lot of our work ethics from our mothers, and I know, speaking for myself, that I did learn my work ethic from my mom, and I'm just proud that I am doing that for my daughters, and I want them to follow in my footsteps and be strong leaders, and don't take any crap from anybody, and
That's right.
just stand up for themselves, and if they want to be a mom, then I appreciate it. I would love to have grandbabies, but that's their decision. I don't want to push it on them, but being a mother is a great gift, and I am so blessed and so happy that I was given that opportunity.
Thank you so much, David.
Hope that touches all the moms' hearts out there.
It touched mine.
It definitely
I'm so sorry.
I always learn so much from you, Jenny. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, both of you guys, all three of you. Yeah.
We need this. We need the opportunity to be vulnerable and to talk, and that's why we're here. And guys, don't wait up for the next one. It's going to come when it comes. I really want this to be a chill podcast without any expectations.
Mom life.
Yes, mom life. I look forward to popping back up on your screen.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening to our first podcast here at Roots. I look forward to sharing more stories, information, and just just feelings and updates with you guys. Next month is August. It's going to be National Breastfeeding Week the first week, and then the next couple weeks after that is going to be National Breastfeeding Month. There's so much to go through, and I can't wait to bring you guys more stories from our community, close friends, and just strangers that just want to share. I look forward, and I hope to see you guys soon. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.